Hi everybody, it's Patty, Rockstar Mom, and welcome to my channel and welcome back. I have been MIA for well over a month and we'll get to that a little bit later. I rarely do monthly favorite videos, but the month of May was so incredible in so many ways that I thought I would just do a really quick May favorites video. Let me just start off by saying we were in Spain. Actually, we were in Barcelona. We rented a small flat for a month. We wanted to see what it would be like to live in a foreign country. And you know, it was only for a month, but one of the reasons we rented a flight was that we didn't want to necessarily feel like tourists. So I'll tell you more about that whole experience in future videos. There's just too much to put in 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 videos. I probably have hours of pictures and videos of everything that we did. So as we go along, I'll probably just add little tidbits in videos that I do that I think you might be interested in. So right off the bat, I am thankful that we were able to spend a whole month in Barcelona. And someone asked me recently, what is it about Barcelona that you're so drawn to? Jim is drawn to Barcelona, but I am much more than he is. And I thought about that, and I think what it is the diversity. You see everything in Barcelona. And I'm sure other parts of Spain, at least the other parts of Spain that we visited. But every race, every religion, every ethnic background, every belief system, you see it all. But what makes it different is that it all works. It all works together. There's just no conflict. I mean, there was a protest going on almost every day that we were there. But it's a peaceful protest, a respectable protest. And they just make it work. They just make it work. So we loved it. We loved it. Now for makeup favorites. When we were packing to go, I made up my mind that I was only going to carry a small amount of makeup and a small amount of clothes. Today we're just going to talk about makeup. But one thing in Barcelona especially, there are makeup stores everywhere. The big brand makeup stores, they have their own storefronts, and the stores are huge, and you can pretty much get anything you want. When you walked out of our door of our little flat on that tiny little street, about 2 doors down was a big Makeup Forever store. A block up the street was the huge department store that I've talked about before. And on the main level of that store, they had every brand of makeup that you could imagine, including a full-size Sephora. They had drugstore, they had high-end. So it was all there, right there. So I knew that if I absolutely needed something, I could get it really easily. So I wanted to travel with just the smallest amount, the basics, to see if I could do the whole month without buying anything. And not only did I do the whole month without buying anything, I came home, we were home for 2 days, then we went to Memphis for our grandson's graduation. I took my same bag, and I've continued to wear it since we've been home. So let me show you what I took and what I'm still using. And again, no skincare, no clothing, just mainly makeup. The first thing is my foundation, and I carried the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation with the SPF of 20. I love this. I really do love this. You can make this pretty full coverage if you want to. I apply this with a brush. I think my favorite way to apply this is I have some of the fake Artiste brushes, and one of those, the larger one of those, or maybe next to the largest. But I've applied this with other things too, and it works great. And sometimes my sunspots are, some days they're just worse than others. And when I put this on, by the time I sort of do my eyes, if I see something popping through, I'll just put just a tiny little bit and pat it in with that brush. I don't rub it out, but I just pat it in wherever I see the sunspot. I'm loving this. I do need, this is almost empty, but I need to get a new one, and I need to go a shade darker because I'm starting to get some sun. Foundation. Concealer, I took my Shape Tape just for under my eyes. That's the only place I used it. For eyeshadows, I hate to show you this, but this is my Milani 01 Must Have Neutrals, and I bought this new, got a shadow on my face there. I bought this new just a few days before we left for Barcelona. When I got there, I was unpacking when we got to the flat, and I dropped this, and one color just shattered, and it was this lightest color right here, and you can see it's pretty, it's empty. A lot of it was in there, but you can see it was all over the lid. It was all down in here. A little of it went across the other colors. And I immediately thought, you know what, I can use this. I can still make this work. And I did. I just took my brush and just, found the color wherever it was in the lid or in the palette, and used that. And then the only other color I used was this one right here, and I have a pretty good dip in that one. So this is, I'm gonna have to do something about replacing this, but I mean, this palette looks like I've had it forever, and I've put a big rubber band around it because I've broken the hinges on these palettes before, so this keeps it all intact. So this is the only eyeshadow palette I took with me. It's the only eyeshadow palette I used. For eyeliner, I used the Milani Supreme Kajal. I've been using that for a long time. I love it. For my mascara, I used the Too Faced Better Than Sex. I really do like this mascara, but I have started buying these little trial sizes, and I'll tell you why. Number one, you can find these at Sephora. They are up where you pay. If you're going to a store, they have that freestanding display that's square, and it's there to entice you to buy things, last minute things. But that's where they have these little trial sizes of the Too Faced Better Than Sex. As I said, I love this mascara anyway, but the reason I like the little trial sizes, actually there's a couple of reasons. But the first reason is that the wand is so short. Look at that. It's just short. And because it's short, it makes it really easy. As we get older, sometimes our hands get a little bit shaky, or it's just harder to do things sometimes. So with the wand being short, I can just really work it into my eyelashes. And then the same thing over here. My arm is not way out here. Usually I bend my wands. I don't bend this one. I don't find the need to, because I have control to do it. The other main reason I like the little trial size is because I usually throw my mascara away after 3 months. They say it's really only good for 3 months, sanitary for 3 months, so because you're pumping air in and bacteria can grow. But I throw it away, and I always feel bad about throwing it away because I know there's so much more product in there. But these little trial sizes are just about right for 3 months, and I want to say this is maybe $12. The last time I was in Sephora, I bought up 3 or 4 of these just so that I would have them. But I just like these much better, this size. So my Better Than Sex mascara. For my eyebrows, I took with me the Thrive, and by the way, so far I think everything I've shown you is cruelty-free. I took my Thrive eyebrow pencil, and this is one of the little tiny leads, and by the way, I have all of this on today. So for blush, I took my Rockateur, and you know, I have so many blushes and I use them, but I realized a while back that I just kept coming back to the Rockateur, and the reason I think is that this color just sort of goes with everything, and I like it. I just like the color regardless of what lipstick I have on, what eyeshadows I have on, what I'm wearing. This blush just seems to work, and I know you know what it looks like. And this was a new one that I purchased just before I left. I had hit pan big time in my last one, but I'm on my way to hitting pan with this one. So Rockateur, and look how small it is. And then for, just in case I wanted to contour or you do anything like that, I took this CYO from Walgreens, and I've never used this, but I use this mainly under my chin, or if I want to just do a little touch to hollow out my cheekbones. That. I took my e.l.f. under eye setting powder. This is my favorite under eye setting powder of all time. I love this. They've changed the packaging on it. I stopped, it used to be in a little square package, and all of a sudden I couldn't find it. It's only $3, but it really does last. And what I do with this, after I put my concealer on under my eyes, I take a small brush, dip it in this, and then just dot it on. And then what's left, I sort of go over my cheeks, but I don't really powder. It's just whatever's left on that brush. Just in case this doesn't dry down fast enough, I do that. Lips. I have used the Maybelline and the CoverGirl Longwear lipstick, the ones that really stain your lips. I've worn those over the years, but I hadn't been buying any because they're not cruelty-free. But I knew I wanted to take something to Spain with me that I could put on in the morning and it would stay on all day. I wouldn't have to worry about it. And I saw this, and even though it's not cruelty-free, I purchased it. It's the Rimmel, and it's the lip stain, and then it's the lip gloss with a doe foot. And I love this. Even though it's not cruelty-free, I love this. It's what I have on today. I can put this on in the morning, and then I let it dry down for a few minutes, and then I put the gloss on top of it. And when I come home at night, when I'm ready to go to bed and I wash my face, I literally have to scrub this off of my lips. Scrub it off of my lips. It is still on. I carry this with me, and if my lips start to feel dry during the day, which, you know, maybe once or twice they do, I'll just put a little bit of gloss on, and that's it. I so wish this was cruelty-free. This is wonderful. That's it for what I took makeup-wise. And like I say, I had this down just like this. I mean, I would get up in the morning because our days were so packed, and I was not going to see anybody that I thought I wanted to impress other than maybe Jim. And he likes me with no makeup on, so there you go. But it was such a quick, easy, not having to worry about picking out an eyeshadow or picking out a blush or picking out a foundation. It was just so easy, and it was quick, and I loved it. And I'm going to continue to do this. I'm sorry, I know that this is a, the beauty portion of YouTube, but I may change an eyeshadow palette, but I just think these are core products that I'll probably use every single day from now on, unless maybe I'm going to do something special and I want a little bit different look. But this is working for me where I am today, and I'm going to continue it. I'm so glad I did this. I know now that I can travel with just a little small makeup bag and be perfectly happy. So now let me tell you some things that I'm thankful for. Well, first of all, and I talked about it, I'm so thankful that we were able to go to Spain for a month and have that experience. I'm thankful for family, like many of you. I'm thankful for my family, and I'm thankful that I found Jim. Our 8th wedding anniversary is tomorrow, Memorial Day. I'm thankful that I found Jim when I did in my life. I'm thankful that Jim came into my life when he did. And I am so thankful that his family loves me too. I'm blessed. I am so blessed. I'm thankful to be able to go to the grandson's graduation. When I first met him, he was 11. And back a couple of years ago, I did, I think, a 4-part series on how I met Jim. I will link that below in case you haven't seen it. But, and I can't remember if I told this story, but the first time I met the grandson, actually it was his son, his wife, their daughter was 13 at the time, and then grandson was 11. But we had gone down to the little river down at the foot of the mountain, and there's a dock that you can overlook the river, and we were there, and they had to leave to drive back to Memphis. And that night, Jim's son called, and he said, "I have to tell you something so funny." Now, bear in mind, this is the first time I've met them, the children. He said, "I have to tell you something so funny." He said, "We were driving home." He said, "We didn't get in the car good." And the grandson said, "Well, they had a glass of wine. I guess they're getting married." 11. Today, he's graduated from high school. He's has been a wonderful student in a very, very, very hard high school, very difficult. Honor student, voted the most talented in his class. He's been courted by so many universities and has had so many scholarships offered. He literally went down to 20 minutes before he had to notify the school that that he had accepted that particular school. And I'm just blessed. I'm just blessed. I'm thankful that I'm just thankful that I got to share this special day with him. I'm thankful too that we're getting ready to celebrate Memorial Day. And I am so thankful and so grateful for all of the men and women who have served and who are serving and who will serve in the future. If you're one of them, thank you. Thank you for your service. I'm excited about celebrating you. And I have something else to be very, very thankful for and excited about. Many of you know my daughter Jennifer. I've done videos on her. And a couple of years ago, Jennifer decided she wanted her own YouTube channel. And I didn't think that she would have time to do it, but I did not want to keep her from trying. Jennifer travels all the time. She's very busy and she's all over the world all the time. So, it only took her about 3 or 4 videos, I think, to realize that she just didn't have time to do it. I think her channel is still up. I'm not sure, but if you don't know who she is, if you want to run over and see, get a look at her and see who she is, I'll link her channel below too. But I am so excited because Jennifer is getting married. Some of you follow Jennifer on Facebook and other social media, and you may already know this or have figured it out, but she's getting married. She met this person close to a year ago, and it was pretty much instant. We've known about it for several months, and they have finally made it official that they're getting married. We thought they were going to be getting married this fall, but it turns out that that's football season. So they've sort of pushed it further into the winter maybe, or even early spring next year. But I am just so excited for her and for our future new daughter-in-law. Jim and I both, and Jennifer's dad, we are absolutely over the moon. You know, we all truly love our children. And we always want the best for our children. We want our children to be happy. And we want our children to be loved. Because really and truly, that's what it's all about. This whole thing is about love. I personally believe the whole world is about love. So I know those of you who know Jennifer will be happy and excited too for her. And we're pretty excited about having a new daughter. She's not going to be our daughter-in-law, she's going to be our daughter. She is very much an equal to Jennifer. She's just a doll. Just a doll, a delight, a wonderful family. We're so blessed. We're so blessed. So that's my big news. I'll keep you posted as I know more. The one thing we know that they've told us is that it will be, we don't have to do a thing. We're not doing a thing. The families, it's gonna, I sort of know some of the details, but I'm not gonna share them yet. But it's gonna be very different. Just gonna be different. But we don't have to do anything. Yay! Although that's fun, but they want to do everything themselves. So we're happy. So that's it. My favorite makeup products that I took to Spain. My gratefulness. I can't tell you enough how thankful I am for you. That you would want to come into my life and share my life with me. There are so many content creators here on YouTube. So many wonderful people to watch. And you choose to include me. And that makes my heart happy. Thank you. Don't forget to go out and be kind. Just be kind. Kindness is free. Sprinkle it everywhere. I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.